Shot his ass. Shot his ass again. Classes in session, even in the summertime, nigga, even in the off season. Welcome to the first off season session of the Heezy Hoopcast, powered by AnimalHeezy.com. Please, when you're done with this, excuse yourself to AnimalHeezy.com and invite yourself to betterness. Invite yourself to Addicted to Epic, the Paco, Addicted to Epic, the Paco EP out right now. And man, I don't know how to act. I feel like a nigga just got a deal or some shit. Boy, I done finally got the paid podcast thing and shit, nigga. And my limit then shot from 15 minutes to 45 minutes. And I just don't know how to act. So the summer finna be lit, man. It's finna be guests, music, more hoop talk, more guests, more music. Niggas doing, I'm guessing what it's looking like a nigga gonna do is Underground Sundays, Heezy Music Mondays, and then one more day during the week that's gonna be Hoopcast shit. So I get that configured in the next week, and next Sunday we going live. Oh man, this shit going crazy. And I got a special guest. Hold on, let me hit this music. Oh. I got a special guest on the Heezy Hoopcast today on the first summer edition. Let's see if we can get him. Big nigga.
What's going on, young
man, okay, so you live on the Heezy Hoopcast right now. Let everybody know we have a special guest. We have native Memphian, three-time college graduate. Is it 3 times?
Three times.
3-time college graduate. Member of Omega Psi Fraternity Incorporated, naval officer, rapper, producer, and as of late, playwright / actor. All before he goes on to law school to become a lawyer. We have Vega Tigarrius
in the building, and I'm glad to be here. I appreciate the love. Appreciate you inviting me on.
Man, yo, this is crazy, and it's like really a big thing to have somebody like you come and be on this, because shit, that is an impressive resume and everything. And I think, you know what I'm saying, that gotta be one of the most impressive resumes on the Hoopcast so far, and definitely I think you got the most suit and tie combos of any guest on the Hoopcast so far.
Well, you know, this whole thing has been a long time in the making, so, you know, we should definitely make it a good one.
Yes, sir. So, I know you're not really much of a basketball fan and everything, you know, so let me ask you though, like specifically, on a scale of like 1 to 10, how much of a basketball fan would you say you are?
On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being hated, 10 being I am, you know, enamored with it every moment of every day, I would say, honestly, in my heart of hearts, I would say probably about a 6. Yeah.
That ain't bad. That ain't bad.
Yeah. If I had the opportunity to have like floor seats to the Grizzlies, I would take that deal. Like I would be the Spike Lee of Memphis. I would be at every home game.
Yo, nigga, I was just gonna say, nigga, I'm trying to end it all. Like end it all when I have my long illustrious run. End it all being like the Spike Lee of Memphis of the Grizzlies. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. Maybe we could get those courtside things popping and stuff.
Yeah, man, we continue to be successful. We'll get there. They need more color on that, you know, sideline, especially because we see the white lawyers and the white judges and the white counselors. We need some more black people on that, you know, court side.
Yeah. Like I'm glad you got a perspective on what all of this shit is really about. And I mean, we got the color on the team. I love what they do with the squad. I mean, there's also like there's gonna be that bias there with us being from Memphis and shit. But I mean, I just love that. I can't think of another team that embodies the spirit of their respective city as well as Memphis does with the Grizzlies.
Yeah, they've definitely done a good job of taking how the city is. It has a certain temper, it has a certain environment, it has a certain feel to it, and they poured that, especially with that grit and grind campaign. Like that was a match made in heaven for a blue collar city like Memphis.
And you know what? That's why I always thought that they jerseys, like, I love the Grizzlies and everything. You know what I'm saying? I love what it represents, what it stands for, but I've never really been a big fan of that color scheme, but I felt like they kept it with the multiple shades of blue and everything to, like, deliberately represent blue collar shit.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see that. Like, whoever's behind the marketing, you know, that's smart, you know, kind of little subconscious thing they threw out there.
Yeah, they got to come with some better alternates and shit next year. They at least got to come with, like, the yellow alternates, you know, like yellow is, like, with the tertiary color and shit.
Yeah. But my thing is, you know, I've always been a fan of the Grizzlies since they came from Vancouver. But I'm wondering which direction they're going to go in because I've been hearing hints. Now, I don't know how true this is. You can tell me how true it is. I've been hearing hints that, you know, Vince Carter and Zebo may be going to go to state for the minimum.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, that's going to definitely change the face of your team. You know, two of your most noted players might be leaving and going to, you know, a rival in the West.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's one of those things that, like, I already didn't understand how Memphis could improve their situation being in the Western Conference and shit. And they always find a way to at least be the 6th seed, 5th seed in the playoffs and shit. But it was already like, what the fuck could ever get Memphis over that hump? What the fuck could ever make that dream a reality of Memphis Grizzlies 2021 NBA champions? Like what will put them over the hump? And then with this whole Warrior shit happen with KD shifting over there, like it seems like it's Mission Impossible Part 5, like the latest, the greatest Mission Impossible ever. And I don't know how they supposed to do it. If I haven't heard that, but I kind of, you know what I'm saying, been just, I don't know, letting the news trickle down to me or whatever. But if Zebo and Vince Carter was to go out there, that would be crazy. I wonder if they too old for Golden State, because Golden State kind of runs fast, and it ain't nothing fast about Zebo. But I hope Zebo retires a Grizzly, like.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
And gets his jersey retired, like, you know, that nobody ever wears number 50 again and shit. But yeah, I mean, you already knocked out a question I had for you. I'm like, you're a Grizzly supporter, right? So obviously you are a Grizzly supporter.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, I can't count the number of games I've been to, and you know, like I said, I've always appreciated the things that they've done to give back to the city, whether it's giving to MLG and W or giving out free tickets to people who couldn't afford to come to the game just to experience it. You know, I always salute that off the court things that they do, whether it's a part of the NBA Cares campaign or it's just something that they do as an organization. I still got to salute that.
Yeah. I mean, because it's the He's the Who cast, and I be just telling the truth how I feel. And I feel like the NBA Cares shit, you know what I'm saying, it is a good way to make large black people with 72 tattoos a whole lot less intimidating. But I do feel like it's genuine coming from the Grizzlies players, niggas like Tony Allen, niggas like Zebo, and just you know, just within the organization itself. And shout out, they hired Fizdale, and I mean, I was like, that, yeah, I mean, they don't get no more of a perfect fit than that. Random ass question.
Let's do it.
How you feel about Mike Conley getting locked in as our point guard to infinity and beyond with the $300 million deal, ultimately becoming the king of Memphis?
I think that was, I think there was a lot of moving parts with that deal. I think, one, no disrespect to Mike Conley. I think Mike Conley is a great, for all intents and purposes, quarterback for that team. And
Paco says he's basically the Alex Smith of the Grizzlies. I don't know if you know who Alex Smith is.
Yeah. The former quarterback for San Francisco. Now I think he plays for Kansas City now. Okay, yeah, I try to keep up. So with Conley, I think what happened was, they knew that he had the potential to leave, and they said, look, we're not in any danger of winning any championship anytime soon. But if he leaves, we will be in danger of probably not making the playoffs. And if he leaves, other players may leave as well, because now we're not making the playoffs. Now we're not going to be even in a situation where we can be competitive. So what are the chances of us maybe drafting a new point guard that could lead the team or bringing somebody in? Well, those chances are slim to none, because Memphis is a small market team. Who really wants to play in Memphis, Tennessee? But,
ask Allen Iverson that question.
Exactly. It's the same. If there was no LeBron James,
I'm coming off the bench for who? Mike Conley Jr. Nigga, send me the turkey.
I'm tired. So, that was a move by management to make sure that they kept season ticket holders happy. So did he deserve that money? I mean, that's neither here nor there. To be the highest paid player, the highest paid player in the NBA, I don't think he merits that. No, absolutely not. But at the same time, I think they had to do something in order to keep this ship from sinking, and that was their, But that money would have been better suited to let him, in my opinion, let him go rebuild. I think. Even though the franchise of Boston is much more story than Memphis, I think that Ainge up in Boston did a great job of their rebuild after the Big Three kind of fell apart, or, left and retired, did their thing. And he has them now where they should be. They still got to get over the hump with Cleveland, but he rebuilt that team from the ground up, and I think he's done a great job at that. So Memphis, should have taken that money and done more with it and spread it out and tried to bring in more players, because the one quote-unquote big-name player that they did bring in,
Chandler Parsons.
But him. And what did he play, 6 games? And then he got hurt, and he spent all that money on him. Like, that was not, he was coming off of an injury. Why would you bring, I don't know.
I like what they tried to do with that shit. Like, it ended up not working out great, but when I first heard about the deal, fuck the money. I mean, because it was all that salary cap shit going on, where like every team is getting a new cut of some new revenue deal and shit like that. So the salary cap got stupid inflated. So everybody was getting paid exorbitant amounts of money and shit. So it was like fuck the money. Memphis, the Grizzlies' problem has throughout history, as long as I can remember, they problem always been shooting. Like just knockdown gunners. And it was always like we had the pieces in place, like we had the right people and shit. Tony Allen, Zebo, Marcus Gasol, even Vince Carter, even Mike Conley. It's like we got that now. Put some shooters around them, and then we'll bruise these people, and then just begin shooting them out. And it's just like they never added quality shooting. Like I remember they added fucking Jared Bayless, and that was it. Like Jared Bayless was alright, but that was it. And then the next couple seasons later, they added Courtney Lee, and so when they went,
Chalmers, I think they threw in there.
I
think they threw in Mario Chalmers for a season.
Yeah, that was the season. I think Mark got hurt, or it was like either Mark and Mike, and then they just bottomed it out and just started getting all goons on the squad. They had Lance Stevenson, Mario Chalmers, PJ Harrison. It was ridiculous. But they had Birdman Anderson on the squad, like playing nothing but whoop that trick for 48 minutes straight.
Day. Blue game. But here's the thing. Fred, it really doesn't matter at this point. Let's talk about this for a second, because it really doesn't matter at this point, because who's taking Golden State off the throne? Let's talk about that. Like, you know, if Memphis were to win a championship, hypothetically, in the next 5 years, that's something that I can guarantee you will become a movie. That's how unlikely that is to happen. You know, nobody's knocking Golden State off this pedestal. Who?
I think the only team with a chance, with a snowball's chance in hell to do it, and I ain't even saying they will do it, but with a snowball's chance in hell to do it, is the Rockets.
Ah, okay.
Like,
do you think the Rockets bench is strong enough to get past them in a 7-game series?
Yeah, I was actually about to say, contingent upon what they do in the offseason, like, I think they in position to, like, make some moves to put themselves in position to, like, torch some niggas. Like, they gon' it's almost like, to me, and this is like a weird ass analogy to use, but to me, Golden State and the Rockets is almost like Ryu and Ken. Like,
okay.
Like,
Street Fighter reference?
Yeah, man. I gotta bring it all full circle, but it's like functionally it's kind of the same and everything, but once you get into the psyche of each one, like, you know, it's like little differences and everything. Ryu was probably a whole lot more disciplined than Ken, a little bit faster, a little bit stronger, you know. But it's like that with Golden State and the Rockets and shit. But I think the Rockets can make a move and get somebody crazy to throw in with that squad, and because they've been making, I mean, shit, the past 3 off seasons, I feel like they've been making quality moves and shit, or even during the season, like when they went, like Corey Brewer played for him, and he was a good contributor for the squad, and they shipped him to LA and got Lou Williams back, and Lil Sweet Lou was balling, you know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't really helped them much in the playoffs and shit, but yeah, I mean, they really got some shit to figure out. But I mean, when they went and picked up Nene, I forgot who they had playing center before. Oh, after they got Dwight Howard the fuck up out of Houston, and they went and got Nene, like, that was an improvement. They went and got Ryan Anderson. Huh?
You would give it to Houston over San Antonio. That Houston has a better shot of knocking them off than San Antonio.
Yeah, San Antonio got some shit to figure out. I mean, like, I almost wonder sometimes, like, I don't want to doubt the greatness of Greg Popovich, but that nigga looks older and older in HD every year, and the TVs keep getting clearer and clearer, and I'm like, yo, this nigga's kind of old, man. Like, how long somebody gonna let their granddaddy out here with the stress of 82 games plus the playoffs and shit? Like,
that's true. But at the same time, what was it, 5 years ago he won a championship, something like that? It wasn't too long ago.
I mean, shit, 5 years is a long time, though. I mean, 5 years ago.
But there are franchises that have never won. Ever.
5 years ago, I had hair.
Yeah, well, you know what? Now that you put it like that, 5 years ago, I guess I had hair too.
A lot could change in 5 years. So, but nah, as far as they roster, they personnel go, they got like a couple question marks, I guess, because niggas acting like LaMarcus acting like he don't want to be there no more. Spurs acting like they don't want him, even though I felt like he was a nice little piece on the team and shit. They might try to move him, and it's like it just depends on what they get back. I mean, they might ship him and not get shit back in like a what the fuck was that type of deal. But hopefully they get market value for him. But it's like, you don't even know what they gonna replace LaMarcus Aldridge with. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Kawhi. Like, they basically put the squad on his back, and he's a soldier. But I feel like he's going through LeBron type shit right now, where, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he definitely has the shoulders to put the team on his back. But you know, it's only but so much one man can do, especially when you going up against a system that's designed to flank you at a bunch of different directions. You only got 2 eyes and 2 arms and shit. So, you know, you need expert level help. And, you know, I think Ginobili's retiring. Ginobili is one of my favorite players of all time. outstanding little baller and shit. Tony Parker it's a question mark with him every year. They got Pau Gasol. I think Pau Gasol is locked in, but it's like it's Pau Gasol getting up there. Like they need plenty help.
Okay, I got you. I'm sure.
Yeah, so I don't doubt their ability to make the playoffs and shit. I don't doubt their ability to even end up like a 3 seed or higher and shit next year. But as far as knocking the Warriors off, I think Houston is a little bit closer to figuring out their life than the Spurs are. The Spurs is borderline approaching a crisis and shit. And Houston been stockpiling, weapons for maybe like the past few seasons and shit. And they ready to go crazy. They was ready to go crazy this year, but they wasn't ready. But anywho, so I'm gonna ask you about one thing NBA related that probably could have made it to your radar and shit. How do you feel about somebody out here play that Tigarrius? Shoot the smile off your face. I don't joke with niggas. So what do you think about LeVar Ball? Just on the surface.
On the surface. Now here's the thing. Okay. Now LeVar is the father. Correct. LeVar is the father.
Yep.
Okay. I've never actually heard him speak. I heard a clip of him responding to, it was some female broadcaster, and he was really dismissing her, and he wouldn't acknowledge whatever question she was. So I saw that clip. His name supersedes him. His reputation supersedes him. I heard about his name way before I heard anything about his son, anything about the BBB brand. It was always
Bees.
There was always this talk of this guy who's promoting his son. So my whole thing is, cool, I have no problem with you promoting your son. Hell, that's how Joe got Michael now to the forefront, Vega and Serena's father propelled them. So that's not an uncommon thing. And if we're talking black ownership of your own specific shoe brand or whatever the case may be, go for it. I have no problem with that.
Okay.
The only thing that I see that may end up being problematic is for the son. Lonzo?
Yep.
That's it. Okay. So when because this is just me now. Now we're talking about opinion. I think it would be very difficult for me.
I mean, it's a podcast. This is 110% opinion.
All opinion, baby. I think it would be very difficult for me if my father was out there signing checks that I had to cash. So if he's saying, yes, Vega's going to be this and he's going to win 3 Grammys and he's going to go out. I ain't going to say nothing. I'm going to let my dad be his dad because he's probably been pumping this knowledge into me or, building me up to believe that all along. But like I said, when that season starts and he's got to get out there with these professionals, who's been doing this X amount of years, and he's got to back up all that talk that Dad has been saying, and now you got the cameras and you have the interviews and you have ESPN and you have all of these different factors. Now, I think that may be an unnecessary weight. All of these kids who are going into the league, they have a amount of pressure on them, but this guy has even more pressure because the father made the spotlight so bright on him. But I wonder if he hadn't made that spotlight as bright, would he have been a second pick?
Things that make you go,
You know what I'm saying?
Well, all I can encourage you to do is, in your free time, which I know there's no such thing in your world, you have been the most interesting man in the world and the busiest man in the world to boot. But if you ever get time, just YouTube LeVar Ball. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And just watch this character. Just soak in the entertainment value devoid of all of the future implications and the ramifications for him being the way that he is, and what effects that could have on his son down the line. Like, just that nigga is entertaining, and I hate to admit it, but oh my god, when Lonzo got drafted and he came out with that purple and yellow Triple B's hat, and they was like, how long have you had that hat? And then he was like, since he was a baby.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this guy's an idiot, man.
Hey, who knows? Mr. Ball may shock the world. He may know something we don't know.
Speaking of shock the world, like, the nigga, I don't mean this in no blasphemous way, but he kind of reminds me of like Muhammad Ali. Like, he has kind of like he been drinking that Muhammad Ali juice.
Oh, this just got real.
Yeah, except for Muhammad Ali went and backed it up, and he's like talking that Muhammad Ali shit and having his son go try to back it up.
Now, wouldn't you, just for a fair comparison, instead of Muhammad, wouldn't he be more of the Don King? He's a promoter. He's hyping it up, and making the sale, as opposed to him getting in there and actually having to back it. Muhammad had to back it up. Don King never had to back anything up. It's win-win. He gets paid up front no matter what. And that's how Father Ball is kind of positioning himself. He's going to make money no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in that sense and everything, he is more of a promoter or whatever. But I just mean, like, probably just more like the his tone and his cadence and his boisterousness in the face of white people. It kind of is slightly reminiscent of Ali, but that's why I said not in a blasphemous way, because I understand Ali meant something and stood for something so much more impactful than LeVar Ball, which is his self-interest. But just the way he kicks the shit is kind of like similar to Muhammad Ali. But like I said, he's not backing it up. He's talking that level of shit, then having his son to go try to back it up. And I have no clue how this kid is gonna look on the Lakers, but I'm not a Lakers hater like a lot of motherfuckers is, so I'm kind of excited to see what this Lakers team gonna look like, because they've been doing some interesting shit past couple seasons anyway. So you add Lonzo Ball to it, you gonna have me watch, you gonna have me tuned in. These niggas go 14 and 58, nigga, or 68, or however many it is. I'm gonna be tuned in watching to see how it all goes.
Yeah, I'm quite sure that Father Ball, no matter how poorly they may do, we'll find a way to put a spin on it.
Oh yeah, this is the age of spin.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was Chappell. That was the name of Chappell Special, one of them.
Oh really? I gotta check that out. I haven't seen.
You ain't seen that shit yet, nigga?
No, I'm busy. But I tell you what, I saw one of them. I think he was in Texas or somewhere.
Yeah, one was deep in the heart of Texas. The other one was Age of Spin.
So Age of Spin I haven't seen yet. I'm gonna hop on that at some point.
Do it for the culture, bro. The culture is still out here going on, never ending, never stopping, always always going on and shit. And that's what this Hoopcast is a part of. I think it's more sincerely about the culture than anything. The fact that what I'm saying, I was doing music and shit, and then bridged it to the sports shit, which is naturally part of our culture, and then somehow used that to bridge it back to having a conversation with you and the type of person you are and everything. Just bringing the culture full circle and keeping it on display how multifaceted this culture is and how grand it is actually.
Yo, and let me ask you a question. I don't mean to take over your podcast, because I know you are the host and you doing your thing. But I just want to, a random question.
For shizzle dizzle.
Can I take it there? Can I go to a random question?
Please.
It's still sports related.
Please do.
Okay. Mayweather McGregor. I mean, what are your thoughts? Can we go there for a second?
Yeah, we go there for a second. Mayweather McGregor, man, it's 2017, man. 2017 is a circus of sorts, and it's just another act in this big circus play. And if he want to top his 50-0 off like that in a grand fashion that everybody gonna watch because, you know, if he fucked around and for his 50th fight fought Timothy Jones the third, like I don't think we would have gave a fuck as much as him knocking out McGregor in the first round and shit.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, it's not like we haven't seen this before. We saw Muhammad Ali versus Antonio Inoki. So we've seen the whole mixing of boxing versus martial arts, for lack of better terms, right now, because we got boxing versus a UFC fighter or MMA fighter. So is this really as shocking as we thought it was going to be that this is actually taking place?
My answer to that is Trump is president, so I believe anything is possible, and I am not shocked by anything anymore.
Best answer of the day. You have won the day, my friend. That was the best answer of the day. Trump is president. I can't believe I just said that out loud. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I can believe you said it out loud, but just to hear it out loud is, it still hasn't lost its trippiness yet, you know what I'm saying? But it just kind of also reminds you, you know, that phrase, sign of the times, is just like the ultimate sign of the times. So it just kind of keeps my compass aligned to all of the fuckery going on, and it's like, look, I mean, he went 49-0, he won 49 fights. You know, Kobe went out shooting, he hit 60 points on 50 shots. I mean, some niggas earn the right to go out how they want to go out, so fuck it.
Yeah.
You know, after 49, and you know, Nick couldn't even put couldn't tally up one in the loss column on you. You know, do what you want to do, man. You got it. But before it's all said and done, because I'm looking at this shit, I got like 13 minutes left and everything, which it ended up running way longer than I expected to, man. You really hit me with the good hoop talk, so God bless you, brother.
Oh, salute.
Yeah, but nah, I did want to bring up the play and shit. I didn't want to, you know, let the whole thing go by without bringing up the biggest thing going on right now, or the biggest thing that has happened. And so for anybody that's listening that don't know, my brother wrote and starred in his own play that was like a adaptation of his album of the same title, Liquor, Religion, and Slavery, and performed it 2 days in Nashville. I went and saw it the second day. It was some crazy shit to see. I mean, it was amazing. You know, I mean, I'm a avid supporter of independent motion, and this was crazy to watch as an independent production being put together in front of my eyes. This was crazy to see. I'm proud to have been there and seen it. And you acting is some crazy shit. And I just wanted to throw it out there. You know, it's called Liquor, Religion, Slavery, and it touches on issues in the black community, whether it be issues of our own doing or issues from the outside, you know, such as police brutality and everything, and you really keeping it focused on the issues, not getting away from it. You had a song in there, your hit song, like you was a character, like you was still you, but you was a character or whatever. Cause I don't believe you would have ever put a song out called "Roll Your Panties Down." That sounds like some shit I would. That sounds like some shit I would do. Like
that's Animal House, baby.
Exactly. You gonna fuck around and hear that song soon and thought it was a game. So you know, as long as we could get you in the video dressed like you was in the play, that way we could be like we got the character from the play in the video. Roll your panties down, it all come full circle on some Quentin Tarantino shit.
That'll work. Life and art and life.
Yeah, man. But I kind of like, even from the video, the 3-part trilogy you did, which was you know, still crazy, and I still, you know what I'm saying, it's almost like I don't want the play to take away the light from how great that video was. Like, it gotta be some way you can offer these two in tandem and shit. But I'm amazed by your ability to find white actors to play the parts of the evil white devils in these productions.
Well, I think that, it's kind of like if you take Samuel L. Jackson and the role he played in Django. Like when it comes to actors, what I've learned working with them is they understand their job is to tell a story. Like one thing I will say that by doing that whole project, it gave me a deeply rooted, new respect for actors, what they go through, how much they sacrifice and put in, and like how talented these individuals were. I think we put on a great place simply because of the 10 actors that were in it. I was the only one who had never acted before. The other 9 were phenomenal individuals who have honed their craft and done this for years. So, so the 3 white actors that we had in it, the 2 that played the police officers, and the gentleman, his name's Craig Hartline, he played Ronaldo, the kind of shifty record executive. These people, as actors, know those people exist in the real world. So somebody should tell that story. The same way if you have Monique, when she turned around and she was in Precious, and she's molesting and raping her daughter, and she's, this bad character. These people exist. So as actors, if we don't tell that portion of the story, then who's going to tell it? So yes, somebody had to be the white person who's a cop that shoots somebody, because guess what? Every time you turn on the TV, there's a white cop that's shooting a black person. And they say, well, I shot him because he was running towards me. Well, I shot him because he was running away from me. I shot him because his hands were up. I shot him because his hands were on his waist. He was getting his wallet. Or I thought he was getting his... It's a fact of life that's happening every day. So they recognize that and salute to them for being willing to step up to the plate, because even when I got the actor who was in the music video to shoot up the church, there was some of his friends and family that pushed back on that. And for him to have the wherewithal to say, you know what, I believe in this project, I see his vision and what Vega's trying to do, I'm going to support that. You can't ask for anything better than that. And that's why whenever I do those projects, I take them so seriously, because people have entrusted in me their, the way that they look at life and the way that people will look at them. They've entrusted in me, so much. I can't even find the words to describe, like, how much they put in me because they believe in my vision. Like, that's their image. Their image is going to be up front. They're going to be the villain, and they've trusted me with that because of the overall project. So I take that very serious.
Yeah, speaking of villains, it was like so crazy because I sat in the back. Like I tend to sit in the back of, whatever venue establishment. I tend to skew towards the back of things, the back of the situation. So I'm in the back, and at the play, and I'm seeing, like, the 2 white cops coming down, like, the ramp and walking past me, and I know it's acting, and I still want to just, like, reach my foot out and trip that nigga or some shit.
That was the craziest part about it, is when we first did that thing. Now, nobody is actually in the theater. We're practicing. So when we did that and they came out with the uniforms on, I felt a certain type of way. Like, I kind of got, like, my stomach was like, and I had to remind myself, these are actors. These aren't the real police showing up. Because we're always kind of trained to be on guard or to be on our defense when police come, because we don't know how quickly this may escalate. So that's why I made sure to have those certain things in there, because I wanted it to be as genuine and as real as possible, so that it would create those emotions in people, whether you're black, white, or whatever, and to make you think how you feel at that moment and why you feel that way.
Motherfucker. So, yeah, I definitely, the last thing I wanted to say about it was, like, I definitely think it needs a re-show. Like, I remember talking to you personally, and you saying, like, you probably wouldn't, it was like a one night only, 2 nights type of thing, and you probably wouldn't put yourself through the rigors of having to try to go and put on a play in front of an audience anymore and everything. Like, maybe you would stick to writing, but I think that motherfucker deserves, it at least deserves one more night, you know what I'm saying, to be seen. Maybe in Memphis, maybe, you know what I'm saying, who knows, but...
Yeah, we definitely thought of taking it to Memphis, especially since the play is based out of Memphis. So we definitely entertained. I had at least a dozen people ask me, hey, where are we going to do it in Memphis? And I think under the right situation, and if I had the right amount, and a lot of it, you know what it boils down to? It boils down to money. If you have the right amount of money, because that play was on the shoestring budget. If we had the right amount of money, that would have been 6 levels of dope. But since we didn't have, X amount of money for the right mics and the right this and the right promotion and marketing, it was really good, but it could have been so much better with more money. So to take the show on the road and be able to take those 9 actors, producer and the sound engineer and all of these different things to make happen and put them in hotels, and it just becomes a much bigger endeavor. But like I said, never say never, because what we're looking at now is doing a movie, the Liquor, Religion, and Slavery movie. So you just never know what's gonna happen.
Okay, well, I want you to tell niggas where they can find the album, because I don't know if the play itself is available yet.
Yeah, no, the play's not available yet. I've seen it, I've viewed it. It's going to be really good, but it's still in the editing stages. But,
yeah, I'm gonna have to come over and see that shit.
Yeah, definitely. We need to chop it up anyway. But you can always go. Any of the music is always at on my YouTube page, Vega, Tigarrius, on my YouTube page, or at everythingvega.com.
Gotta plug the website.
Gotta plug the website. So, and all those wonderful social media sites, the Facebook and the Twitter and the Instagram, I'm on there. Everything but Snapchat. I don't have a Snapchat. I'm too old for that, for the snappy thing. So.
Yeah. And the video can be found there as well, the 3-part video.
Yeah, all of the videos can be found on the website, or not only the website, but also YouTube. And on YouTube, you can get the full song for Slavery, where it's not just me, it's me and Mystical. And I think we're at 40,000 views now. Yeah, shout out to Mystical, because he really came through and did an excellent job on that song. It was a great collaboration. So, yeah, I think we're at like 40,000 views now. So please go check that out and share with your friends, family, loved ones, and people that need to really hear that message.
Yes, sir. This is some really important shit to do that you're doing. And every time I watch you do it, it make me feel like I should rap a little bit less about titties and weed and pay attention to what's going on around me, and maybe proliferate some thought that could change the direction of anything, you know what I'm saying? But progress is a process, and you just keep on inspiring, you know what I'm saying? You just keep on inspiring, and then somebody will probably get their fire lit, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's a bunch of fuses being lit, if mine take a whole lot longer, I'm watching you, you know what I'm saying, light other fuses and shit, and like, I don't want it to go under, so this is my platform, so therefore I'm like, I don't think in my heart it should go undersold when dope shit goes down like this, when culturally dope shit meets culturally impactful, significant shit, thought-provoking shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely supposed to be out there. So man, keep up the good work. It's been great having you on this motherfucker. Thank you for being the first guest on the summer edition on my new extended podcast and shit.
I appreciate it. This is my first time ever being on a podcast, so no, this will always go down in history. I appreciate you having me on. It's been a pleasure, bro. And anytime,
and we just pulled this shit out of nowhere. It was just like, hey, nigga, you got time? Like, I think so. All right, cool. Like,
we got a natural connection. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I've known you from somewhere.
It's like we came from the same portal hole into the world or something.
Ah, I can dig it. Same energy.
Oh, okay.
Shout out, Loretta.
Lady, bitches, and gentlemen, this was Vega Tigarrius. This is the Heezy Hoopcast, AnimalHeezy.com. Go visit, invite yourself to betterness. I think you should go invite yourself to betterness at AnimalHeezy.com too, brother. Thank you for joining us. I'ma holler at you.
All right, take care, bro.
My nigga.